guest today is Rika Rivka Markel. We're going to talk law of attraction, and always a pleasure for you to be on the show and to learn from you, because really you guide us through what our mind can do and how the universe, the law of attraction controls everything we do. How are you?
Right. That is exactly true. It controls everything we do. And it's always such a pleasure to be here. We do it every Thursday. It's amazing. We get like a lot of reactions, which is unbelievable. And so today I would love to talk about how the universe gives you evidence of what you believe to be true. And so that is a very mouthful, but it is so important to understand what that means. There is this saying that no matter what you say, you're right. No matter what you think, you're right. You think you can do it, you're right. You think you can't, you're right. Whatever you have in your head, that's exactly what's going to happen. So
Wow.
now, yeah, so now the next step is that the minute you have something in your head, the universe is conspiring and they are trying to show you evidence of what you have in your head.
Yeah, and you see it. You do see it in specific ways. And
Yeah.
when you make decent decisions that that really feel good inside, you're like, oh, okay, I didn't need to, be chained to a desk forever, or I didn't need to constantly not I made this decision. It feels good. And the universe showed me that. And so I'm kind of so give me an example of
Yeah.
somebody in real
So,
life purpose.
yeah. So
Mhm.
let me give you an example to make it really tangible. For example, if somebody is convinced that they cannot get out of a 9 to 5 job because this is the only way to make money, then that is what the universe is going to show you, that you will have that 9 to 5 job. And every time you try to get out of that 9 to 5 job and you start your own business or you do something else, it's going to fail because in your head, you believe that the only way to make money is a 9 to 5 job. That's what you believe in your head. So the whole universe is going to show you that that is the only way for you to make money. So every time you try to get out of that 9 to 5 job, you're failing miserably and you have to go back to find yourself a job. And then all of a sudden you find a job, a good job, and you make money again because that is your belief. That is what you believe to be true. So you have to be very careful of what you believe. And it's a circle. You know what you believe by looking at your outside world. And you also have to catch yourself when there are certain beliefs or certain thoughts that are showing up because you're going to get the proof of it.
Yeah, you are. And so you really have to watch what the universe is showing you.
Yeah, absolutely. Because if you don't, then you're not going to get to the next level. It's the same thing. It's like a circle. You get the results of what you think to be true. Okay, so let's say you believe that only hard work is going to pay off. I have to work hard because that's the only way to make money. So the universe is going to get you like 80-hour weeks just to prove to you that that is the way to go. But let's say you believe that you don't have to work that hard. Four hours a day is going to give you the same amount of money if you're smart. So if that's what you believe, you're going to get all those opportunities that you only have to work 4 hours a day and make the same income. So you get what you believe to be true.
Wow. Yeah. And when you get what you believe to be true, I mean, it's just, I think the hardest part in all this is in your journey, first, your thoughts, your actions, then the universe shows you stuff. And then sometimes things don't go as planned and you have to keep staying the course. It's not easy.
No, but on the other hand, it also gives you a lot of information. Let's say you believe that you're not good enough. You are less than the people that are working in the same office. You feel like you're not doing, like you have that inferiority complex. You
Right.
think you're less than everybody else. The universe is going to show you the proof of that, and everybody is going to just use you as a floor mat. And you're going to say, see, that's how they treat me. They only treat you that way because that is what you believe to be true about yourself. So you cannot run away from that. That is the beauty. People say, oh, I need to get out of that job because the people there, they're really not nice to me. You're going to get to a different job or to a different environment, and the people
The
there
same
are
thing.
going to be
Same
nice
thing's gonna happen.
until you step up your game. It comes from inside. Your universe outside changes when you change inside of you. So when you don't want people to use you as a doormat, you're going to have to step up your game. You're going to have to have you're going to have to empower yourself.
Okay. Wow. That's pretty deep.
That is pretty deep. But we're not here to just poo-poo around and just to make it look good. We are here to really help you step up your game and make those quantum leaps and make all those changes. And again, what comes out of my mouth right now is not something new. This is how the universe works. I'm just voicing it and I'm just pointing it out and I'm just putting it in your face. And for that, people say, "Oh my God, she's so harsh." Yes, I am, because I know that this is how it works. And I am, as I look at it myself, I look at my environment like, oh my God, I really need to step up my game because I don't want to be treated this way. And they treat me in the way that I believe I should be treated. So if I want people to treat me differently, I have to point at myself and say, okay, what are you going to do about that? How are you going to change here, me? How are you going to change so that people are going to treat you with respect?
Wow. Yeah. Treat you with respect, keep it going, and then you're all set in so many ways. Wow. Okay. So let's dive deeper into this. What steps should our viewers take and listeners take right now?
Well, as always, and I feel like I'm just saying the same thing over and over again, it all comes down to awareness. You have to be aware. You have to wake up. You have to ask yourself, what's going on around me? Where am I? What am I doing? What's going on in my head? You need to become conscious. You need to really dig deep. And I say it to my clients all the time. Even if you have to set your alarm every 5 minutes to remind yourself to wake up, to be aware, to look at yourself, what's going on around me, then if that's what you have to do in the beginning, then do it. This is the hardest job of all. If you want to create the life of your dreams, you need to be aware of what's going on around you.
Wow. Yes. And awareness is the key. So what do you take a notebook or what do you do? Or you kind of reflect about your day? What do you do to kind
Yeah.
of see?
Again, like this is so cool because at the end of the day, it's not about not um, going unconscious. It's about how long. And that's something that I learned from Dr. Joe Dispenza. He would every day at the end of the day, he would ask, where did I fall from grace? Where did I fall? What happened? And how fast did I get up again? Because we are human beings. We are programmed to see the bad, to see the danger, to see what's wrong, instead of seeing where we want to go. Because from long time ago, we needed to spot all the dangers around us or we wouldn't be alive. So it's like it's innate. We can't put that less important than what it is. We are that species that will always look for the danger, but that doesn't mean that we can't change that. So that is why you need to see it, catch it in the moment, and twist it around.
Yeah. That's quite interesting to do that and see it in the moment and catch it around. So you're looking at each hour and things aren't going well. You created this. Are you
Yes.
going to create this the next day? And one thing I learned from you that sometimes we get into this, we chase the money, we chase the situations, but we're really not reflecting on, are we chasing the right money? Are we really chasing what we want? Are we chasing the right relationship? Are we chasing this? Instead of, is this really what we want? And that's where you have to take a reflect back. And people sometimes see, wow, you made a total shift. Why? Because we finally reflect of where we are, and this is not where we want to be. So you
Correct.
have to make the change, let the universe know, create those goals, and make sure that you're on the right path for those things.
Yeah. Ask yourself always, why do I want this? Why do I want this? What is the reason? What's my big why? Why do I want the car? Why do I want the money? Why do I want the relationship? If the one thing comes from thinking that that thing is going to make you happy, you're usually on the wrong track, because nothing outside of you can make you happy. You first have to become happy inside of you. And then all the things in the material world that you want are going to show up magically.
And why, when we kind of get stuck in something, we think we're happy, but we really weren't happy. How do we identify that?
Well, first of all, it is acknowledging that you're not happy, knowing that what's going on inside of you is not doing the job. And again, what makes me happy can be totally different than what
And
makes
somebody
you
else.
happy.
Mm-hmm.
Don't kid yourself. Like, the Chanel bags will never make me happy. But I know some people that are extremely
Yeah.
happy with a Chanel bag, but it doesn't do
Right.
the job for
Right.
me.
And then how do you, when do you kind of, sometimes it has to be discovery to really look inside yourself and
Yeah.
feel how you feel, which is hard because,
Yeah.
you could say you want this, want this, want this, but there could be an underlining cause that is not good. Like you have this, there was a discussion about J.K. Rowling, and J.K. Rowling had the right reasons why she wanted Harry Potter to be a success. Now, other people were like, they're just chasing the money. I'm going to be happy once I get this money, once I get this. And they don't know truly what makes them happy, what makes them calmer, what makes them more chill and enjoying life and not just feeling like you're in the rat race. Because the rat race can, I don't know how many people, some people that makes them happy, but ultimately you have to identify yourself. Do you really like the rat race? And you say, yes, I love the rat race. I love just to keep going and never having a time or moment for myself. Well, then that's what you want. But if you finally get that opportunity, and that's where the universe will show you something, you're like, excuse me, I didn't know that about
It's
myself.
time for us, it's time for us to really reflect on things, because even the things that we think we want are programmed. And so it is
That's
good
that.
job.
I want to stop right there. Yeah, it's true. All the people that have programmed our entire lives, how do you really figure out what you want until you try it, until you make a shift, until you say, what the heck? This sounds crazy, but I'm going to do it. And
Yeah.
then once it feels good, you enjoy that, you just keep making those shifts or changes.
A lot of times it is good to think about what you wanted to become, or what you wanted to do, or how you thought your life was going to look like when you were like a 10, 11, 12-year old. That gives you a lot of information. So if you look back and you were a kid, like in, let's say, a 12-year-old, what were your dreams at that time? Because at that moment, you were not thinking about it.
Um,
You were thinking about what, like, that's when you were still very connected to your soul, to your purpose, to your vision, like whatever was going on inside of you. It wasn't so colored by, I need to make money to make a living and to be like part of society. You didn't think about those things. You wanted to be a fireman, you wanted to be a nurse, you wanted to be the king, you wanted to be whatever it was, those things, they are most of the time closest to what you want to do in life, and
okay.
what your purpose is.
See, again, getting another free coaching session. If you guys are checking out my live stream with Rika, or you're checking out my YouTube channel has the podcast and all the other places, or you're listening to my nationally syndicated radio show, you're getting top-notch stuff. But guess what? Just hearing it doesn't mean anything. You have to take action. So you have to contact Rika today for a coaching call. Appreciate it. Thanks
Thank
again,
you.
Rika. Go to Rika Rivka Markel on YouTube. Take care, guys. All right. That was the Neil Haley Show.